Video shows multiple bullet holes did hit the building. You can see those 3 holes in the window of that TV station, ABC 10 KXTV.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not.
Jimmy Kimmel said that the shooter was a MAGA Republican, and that's a lie. There's no evidence.
One of us, and he quoted MAGA Republicans. Look, we can debate on what.
We don't have to debate. It's a lie. It's an obvious and egregious lie. We don't need to pretend that this is complicated at all. The shooter was a radical left-wing activist who inscribed Antifa slogans on the bullets and was dating a trans furry boyfriend. I don't think he voted for Trump.
Guys, we got a quick update video on Jimmy Kimmel because everything is not as right as rain as he would like to think, and like a lot of leftists would like to think, because they're taking their victory laps right now after ABC fake news caved and decided that they wanted to bring Kimmel back.
This is great for, what would you rather be canceled for? Sucking at your job, or the mean president took your job away? The best thing for him was to stay gone, because he would have been able to say for the rest of his days that the evil Trump MAGA got me. And then all his pundits would come out and say, free speech is being taken away. And now, like, nope, here's your ball back. You got a slap on the wrist, act right. So then the next time he gets canceled, and it probably will be before January, it's going to be about the ratings. And you won't be able to blame the president. I'm glad this happened. You won't be able to blame the FCC. You'll be able to blame Jimmy Kimmel for not being funny.
I mean, maybe it's because they didn't want people shooting at him. So the radical left is proving yet again why nobody wants to associate with them, because they literally had some lunatic shooting into an ABC building after the announcement that they were going to basically can or pause Jimmy Kimmel's show. And after this, now you have ABC caving. But unfortunately for Kimmel, it's not as simple as just going through Disney and ABC, because the broadcasters, 2 of them, Sinclair and Nexstar, are saying that they refuse to air his show.
ABC, Nexstar, and Sinclair are all at odds over Jimmy Kimmel. Disney, which owns ABC, says the show will return to the air tonight. But Nexstar and Sinclair, which together own 1 in 5 ABC affiliates, say they won't be airing the show. That means Jimmy Kimmel Live will not play here in Nashville unless you have a way to stream ABC. Kimmel will address the controversy during his opening monologue tonight. ABC pulled the show after criticism over his monologue about the MAGA movement's response to Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Now, inevitably, what happens here is going to be very dependent on how Kimmel inevitably performs, and it's going to depend on if he comes out swinging at MAGA like he originally planned to. In my opinion, I don't think that, this guy is so Trump deranged and just hates so many Americans that I don't think he's going to be able to help himself. So I think literally today he's going to come out and probably say many heinous things. He's still going to deny that Tyler Robinson was a radical left lunatic, even though this guy was, hanging out, being banged by his boyfriend and basically dating a wannabe tranny person. He's still going to say that this person was MAGA, and he's going to attack MAGA and say probably poor things about Charlie Kirk's memorial. Who knows? Maybe he'll lighten up, but Jimmy Kimmel gives the impression that he's a pinhead, he's a dodo brain, he's a dummy, he's an idiot, and that he doesn't have a bone of empathy in his body. Case in point, if he did, he wouldn't have made the heinous lies, defamatory statements that he made about MAGA and Tyler Robinson to begin with. So again, depending on how the show actually performs, like I'll bet that tonight, since he's returning, there's going to be kind of like a boost in viewership, but after that it's just going to drop right back off. Now, what's the viewership going to look like, and what's ABC going to do? I mean, I am not really sure. I mean, possibly they could try to get, maybe someone else to increase the broadcasting of it, because it's still going to be broadcast in some places, just not with Sinclair and Nexstar. But they still got Disney Plus and things like that. But now the conversation is kind of becoming around, well, who's going to cave first? Is Jimmy Kimmel going to cave and apologize and possibly be brought back on by Sinclair and Nexstar? Is Disney going to make him do that? It sounds like they didn't make him do that. Otherwise, Sinclair and Nexstar maybe would be airing him. So is Kimmel going to cave? Disney going to cave? Because, I mean, if you're not getting broadcast everywhere, are they making the margins that they really need from Kimmel? I mean, is it enough? I'm not really sure. And then you got Sinclair and Nexstar, potentially they could cave as well because, you know, if Jimmy Kimmel, even though his ratings were tanking, if he was bringing in enough money, they could potentially decide to inevitably bring him back and, you know, just make up some BS excuse.
A major ABC affiliate is still preempting the show, and Sinclair, which broadcasts in D.C. and in some 40 markets for ABC, they say they won't play a Kimmel show until he apologizes to the Kirk family and makes a contribution to Turning Point USA. So that's a big block of his viewing audience gone in the ratings.
I think it's without a doubt that we can conclude this, that the Democrats and the left were far more upset about Jimmy Kimmel being suspended from television than they were about Charlie Kirk or any person debating someone on a college campus being assassinated.
You know, I'd say stay tuned for, you know, the next couple of weeks. I mean, I don't think it's going to take a couple of days. It's probably going to be a bit of like a standoff here to see what happens with the viewership, see if people more people reject Kimmel, more people embrace Kimmel. We'll see what happens. Either way, I like the fact that Kimmel is not in a great position, no matter how you look at it, because really, no matter how you look at this, he now knows that he is on a chopping block. He could kind of lose it all at any moment based off of any stupid statement that he makes. Then potentially it might not be just Sinclair and Nexstar. It might be the rest of the broadcasters. It might be Disney again, because inevitably they're the ones who made the decision, was Disney Corporation. And this also takes a lot of the argument away, even though the radical left is so stupid that they're going to keep saying that this was related to Trump, even though Disney brought this guy back. It doesn't make sense to say, well, they took him away because of Trump, but they brought him back in spite of Trump. None of that stuff makes any sense, but they're going to say it anyway. It's like everything is Trump, Trump, Trump. Guys, political assassinations are wrong. Making fun of it right after is wrong. Lying about it is also wrong when you know that the facts say the opposite. It's really that simple. These are the reasons why Kimmel was suspended. It had nothing to do with President Trump and the FCC chair. The FCC chair made a statement saying, well, we're going to, have to, look into this guy. We'll do it the easy way or the hard way. That could mean anything. And it's like, I swear, these people know anything about the law? Some attorneys are saying, oh, that clearly is political targeting and intimidation. No, they're saying that if they know that they're speaking things that are non-factual intentionally, which I have no doubt that Jimmy Kimmel was doing, that is literally against FCC regulation. So therefore it is a problem. In terms of what's going to happen, the FCC can pressure you at any time to speak in terms of facts and not intentionally give misrepresenting facts or lies to the American people. To imply that the FCC basically can't get involved at all is in total opposition to the purpose of the FCC existing to begin with. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that Jimmy Kimmel will inevitably cave so that he could get more viewership? Maybe Disney will make him do it. Do you think Sinclair and Nexstar will inevitably cave because, they need the views, they need the money? Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly. Rise and stuff. I'm out.
His problem isn't with Newt Gingrich or Ted Cruz or Donald Trump or the First Amendment. His problem is he's bad and he's boring and he's predictable.